what's going on around the world on World News on 91.5 FM. Government, politics, policies, health, finance, business, sport, and entertainment. World News on 91.5. Breaking the news all around the world.
From Make It FM 91.5, the time is noon. Glad to have you join us on the World News. I am Sunday Daramola. First, the main point. Governor Yebanji signs 3 executive orders to accelerate investment drive. Scores died in Liberia fuel tanker explosion. Chinese ex-central bank executive bags 16 years jail term for fraud. Russian strike kills dozen in Ukraine. Now the news in detail. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Biodun Yebanji, has signed 3 executive orders aimed at accelerating investment drive and economic development. The Executive Order 1 meant to promote transparency and efficiency in the business environment, while Executive Order 2 anchored on the establishment, promotion, and the implementation of the framework for responsive as well as inclusive land-intensive agriculture investment, among others. And Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has visited President Bola Tinubu at his residence in Lagos. Ayedatiwa said that he received advice and encouragement from the president to take charge of the state and continue with the art of governance. Meanwhile, Russia has reopened its embassy in Burkina Faso after it was shut more than 30 years ago. Burkina Faso was a close ally of former colonial power France, but has pivoted towards Russia since the military seized power in a coup in 2022. The junta has expelled French diplomats and has shut France's military base in the country. At the same time, it has been strengthening military and diplomatic ties with Russia. And more than 40 people have died after a fuel tanker crashed and exploded in central Liberia. The country's chief medical officer, Francis Kate, has said that the tanker overturned along a road in Totuta town, about 130 kilometers from the capital, Monrovia. Eyewitnesses said that the tanker burst into flames soon after people rushed to the site to scoop fuel from the tanker. Dr. Kate added that a pregnant woman was among the dead and some of the bodies were burnt to ashes. Also, a former senior officials at China's central bank, Sun Gongfeng Ang, has been sentenced to more than 16 years in prison for corruption. The 51-year-old was investigated last year on suspicion of serious violations and exchanged information for bribes. In the meantime, China has denied media reports that its investigation into an alleged sighting by a popular Taiwanese rock band is politically motivated. The reports allege that Beijing asked media to make pro-China comments, and then when the band refused, the inquiry was started to put pressure on them. Beijing's Taiwan Affairs Office has dismissed the report as fake news and a complete fabrication. Taiwan says it is looking into the claims. This is the broadcasting service of Ekiti State. For news, information or comments, send to bscsnewsroom@gmail.com. Now to the rest of the bulletin. The US and Mexico have vowed to crack down on migrant smugglers as a growing migration crisis causes chaos on their shared border. The U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador discussed how to stop the flow of people in talks held in Mexico City. The high-level meeting came as the pressure grows on the White House to stem the influx of migrants to the U.S. And 2 Russian poets